I wanted to give you a quick demo of our bot builder powered by Zomnio. As you can see here, we've added a new option named bots, and under here you'll see entry points, which are currently Spark rooms. The first step is to authorize your account with Cisco Spark. I'm already authorized, but from here you'll see this. If you try and go to bots without it, you'll also see that you need to be authorized first, and it'll lead you through the OAuth process. From here, what we can do is we can add a new entry point. Basically, this is going to search our existing rooms. So I'm going to go over here and say, I'm going to make a new room. And then when we go over here to new entry point, it's going to reach into my Spark with my OAuth token, and it's going to look at my rooms. I'm going to choose wit.ai. And as soon as I finish adding, you'll see it's going to pop into the room there. So pretty easy, pretty quick. From here, what I need to do is add an application. I'm going to add the simple bot. This will be part of some of the pre-made bots that we offer just for learning, or if you want to use them. This one uses wit.ai's basic quick start guide. And the quick start guide is to teach you how to make a two-step bot with wit.ai. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you wit.ai. So basically, you can go in here and you can build what's called a story. From here, it basically asks you to try and emulate what a conversation from a user and a bot would be, and that'll help you make your wit.ai interaction. So I said, what is the weather in Charlotte? And I pointed out with their cool little JavaScript editor that weather is the intent, and that Charlotte is the location, and it's a location. And from over here, I created that if things were good, I would have forecast, and I would say the weather will be forecast. And if I don't have the city, I might get a missing location, and then the bot would respond where, and I might respond in Paris, and then I will once again respond the weather will be forecast. And that being said, it's really important to note that wit.ai does not actually give the commands that you're seeing here back. This is just a story about how your bot might act to help you build your wit.ai interactions and train them. So you're responsible for building a bot, which is what we have. We have our bot creator. So as you'll see here, this is the app that we're going to take a look at. And the palette is different than our IVR builder. We've got bot-specific commands and server-side commands. And so let's take a look at what this bot does. So the first thing is we've got our wit.ai step. And our wit.ai step is going to basically only take in an access token. And that's because an access token is per app in Wit. So if I create another app in Wit, I'll get a new access token, and that one will be trained differently. From here, I'm going to basically look to see if I have all the information I need. And what I'm doing is I'm checking to see if I have a location. If I do have a location, I have everything I need, because right now I'm assuming all I can do is weather. Then down here, I've got to look up to OpenWeather that will use some information that I gathered back from Wit, mainly the city name. And then it's going to read back what the overall forecast is for that city. If I don't have my information, it's going to ask what city, like our bot says here. And then here's where the interesting part about what we have. You're going to see this mark session. And what this means is, if you think about it, bots are basically, usually you give it one command and it gives back one answer. But conversational bots like this are trying to pick up information. And so in our case, let's try something like this. We're just going to type, what is the weather in Charlotte? We're going to give it all the information that it needs. And it's going to come back and it's going to, the forecast right now is in Charlotte is scattered clouds. So we're going to actually do the forecast right now. And we'll just kind of show once again the easy to update editor function. So we fixed that misspelling. Now, let's say we didn't give it all of our information. It's going to say back what city. But it would usually, if I was just going to run a script, would actually just send the same message over and over again. And let's prove this out. Let's actually drag over a text here, and let's edit this, and let's just say simple response. Okay, and so no matter what I send this, if you think about it, it's just going to send back simple response. No matter what I say. Hello. this. So that's all it can do, right? So we built what's called a session, and the idea of this marked session down here is it's basically saying, look, I'm not done with the conversation. When this person answers back, I want to know that it's this person and come to this part of the flow again. And so the way that works is we've got this marked session here. Basically, the session stays open for 10 minutes. So you can see down here, 6,000 seconds, 10 minutes. And so let's finish our edit here. Let's save it. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to say, what is the weather? It's going to come back and say, what city? Now, what is going to happen at the marked session is when I answer back with the city, it's going to start here. It's going to run that back through wit.ai. Combining with the last one, it's then going to go to the decision and say, do I have all my information now? And then if so, it'll run it. And so I'll say, Paris. Look at the forecast right now in Paris is clear sky. And so there you have it. After it runs through, it'll end my session. And now, when I say, what is the weather in Charlotte? It's going to answer. Just to demonstrate session repeating, let's open a new session by asking once again for not all the information. What is the weather in, let's just say, what is the weather? Now, let's say I don't give it a city. Let's just say I say at Zomnio Bot test. Well, guess what? It's going to come here and it's going to run wit.ai. And it's once again going to come only to here and not to here. So it's going to come back and it's going to say what city again, because I'm in the middle of a transaction. And it will do this for the next 10 minutes. And then I'll go back and I'll say in Dallas. But now it's going to learn it. So I can just do, since this is all it's trained to do on this flow, I could do at Zomnio Bot. And I could just type Toledo. And there you go. Pretty smart. And you can see that the wit API, in my case, will do this just on its own because how I've programmed it to assume the intent of weather. And there you go. Thanks for watching.